1 year later, it's our YouTube anniversary. Is that what you're after? We are now 37 episodes into this YouTube channel, 7 series and a whole year's worth of material, and I've got to say it's been quite a journey. I originally started this out just to sort of document me getting in shape from like a dad bod physique to getting in the best shape of my life for a photo shoot. It was quite selfish, it was just me wanting to document that journey and see how it goes. I was really overwhelmed with the amount of support I got and questions, and just to be able to put some more information out there on the internet, sort of dispel some of the rubbish that's on the internet and just help people get fit, healthy and active. And people that I wouldn't normally interact with has been sort of quite an amazing journey and a byproduct of creating this YouTube channel. So we've done all of that, the Project Size series, and now we're on the Return to the Stage series. We've done some home workouts during lockdown. It's been quite a journey. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I might have done differently. We took quite a big gap when we went into lockdown in the UK, and I wish that we continued to film during that time, maybe continue to film at home a bit more and given a behind the scenes of how I was trying to stay in shape, trying to keep the business running during sort of COVID pandemic and lockdown and all that. So I wish we'd carried on during that. I wish in general, just trying to be a bit more natural, a bit more of a natural personality across this the first couple of videos are quite robotic, quite awkward, quite very high, like, yeah, just trying to be a bit more natural. But I guess that's also a bit of just sort of learning that over time and getting used to speaking to camera and not feeling so awkward, so self-conscious and putting myself out there and doing something completely different from what I normally do, completely different from what I did in my past life as a dancer or whatever. So yeah, it's been quite a learning curve over the last year. I originally started this channel just as sort of a diary a bit, I guess, for myself, just to document that journey. I'd done photo shoot preps in the past and had no real recollections of them. So this, I wanted to sort of document every step of the way and sort of before and afters and all of that, and maybe provide a little bit of educational content. In terms of my own physical journey, it's been quite an amazing 1 year transformation. So a year ago when we started this YouTube channel was when I started working with a physique coach, and we worked all the way down to the Dad Bod photo shoot series, culminating in a photo shoot physique, which was incredible. From there we went on a lean gain phase where for the first time ever I sort of gained muscle correctly rather than just getting fat. It was like a secure process week on week. And now we've started the Return to the Stage series where I'm getting ready for my first ever physique competition. We put up the progress photos here. You can see my physique a year ago to my physique today. It's been quite a change in the last year in terms of body composition, but not necessarily in terms of weight. I'm only about a kilo difference between the two photos, which doesn't sound like that much, but in terms of body composition, this is quite a phenomenal change. I think we'll all agree. I'm really proud of it, and I can't wait to see the final result on the Return to the Stage series and the culmination in that show and my first ever physique competition, a real sort of dream come true, something I've always wanted to do. I'm really excited for the end of this journey and where we take this going forward. So I would highly recommend working with a coach. It can be me, it can be somebody else. I don't really mind, up to you guys. If you are interested, drop me a DM. But it's been quite an amazing physical transformation over the last year. I think this just goes to show that if you want to make dramatic change, it takes time, it takes patience. Yes, we can achieve amazing things in 8 to 12 weeks, and some of my clients achieve really amazing things in those time periods, but for real change, body composition change, it does take a little bit of time, especially for someone like myself, natural, no performance enhancing drugs, none of that. It does take a little bit of time to gain real lean muscle tissue and then to reveal that as well. So I'm really, really pleased with the results, and I'm, you know, one thing I definitely don't regret over the last year in this YouTube channel is filming it, documenting it, but getting a coach to work with. Finally, thanks very much to you guys. I couldn't do it without you. I really, really appreciate it. All of your likes, all of your comments, for all of you that have subscribed to the channel, it really does make a difference to me. As I say, I set this up really selfishly just to sort of document my own journey. The fact that people watch it and find it entertaining and helpful, it really means a lot to me. So keep the questions coming. I'm going to try and give you as much education as I can over the coming years as we push this forward. Anything else that you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to ask. Anything you'd like a bit more detail on, it really does help me out. we are on an amazing journey. I hope to give you as much value as possible. I hope to entertain you. I hope to give you a behind the scenes of how I run my life, my business, you know, training for these physique competitions, and then having a family alongside that, and the amazing things that my kids do. They're pretty entertaining. So make sure you follow along for the continuation of this journey. I really, really do appreciate it. As a little treat, we're gonna have a look back over that first video over 12 months ago. I probably haven't watched this all the way through since we put it onto YouTube. So yeah, this could be quite interesting, quite funny, quite a difference in work. Like Macauley and I just met. We shot all of this on an iPhone in here. That's all we had. And the difference between like then and now, like the equipment that we use, the editing, like, I mean, if we watch from the beginning, like so awkward. No like intro sequence. We go straight in like, hi, la 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 la. Like there's no sort of pause for breath, nothing. So I decided to create this YouTube channel to document my journey. Like, I know it was in lockdown, and fair play to my wife, but my haircut that she did is like looking back is atrocious. So thank God that barbers have reopened post lockdown, because yeah, that's a bit of a dodgy barnet going on too. Getting photo shoot ready. So I'm going to be showing you my training, my nutrition. I think it was not long after this that you, Mac, pointed out that I say so a lot. And if you go back and watch this video, this is probably like the number one where I'm like, so. Just talking to camera, it was so awkward back then. Not that it's perfect now, but it's so much better than it was like 12 months ago. Mindset and all the other little bits and pieces that go with getting photo shoot ready. So there are two main reasons. There we go. So, there we go. Why I wanted to get photo shoot ready. Number one, I did one about 4 or 5 years ago, got in great shape, but I've always wanted to have another go. Now I've got a bit more training experience under my belt. At that point, I mean, I barely draw for breath. It is like, la la la, la 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 la. There's no, again, we're not perfect now, but it's so much better than a year ago. It's so unnatural there, and yeah, hopefully we'll continue to improve as we go on. It feels a bit more natural, a bit more entertaining than, yeah, this is frankly quite robotic. Retired as a professional dancer, hadn't been training in the gym for very long, and it was all a very new experience. My son was born 2 years ago. I put on a little bit of weight. I was probably in the worst shape that I've ever been personally. I mean, these progress photos now just, like, and the difference, the physique in the last 12 months that we've gone over, but looking at these photos from when Jude was born are just, yeah, that's quite shocking to look at. Like, and again, as I said in the video, like, not terrible shape for a lot of people, but now I look back and I think, wow, it's quite different. Considering the shape I was in when Francesca was born, like, that's crazy. Now, I know this isn't maybe realistic for everyone, and I'm not expecting every new parent to want to step in front of the camera or put themselves out there. But for me, always the challenges need to be big, and so I wanted to do this photo shoot to see how much I could push myself whilst being a young parent of a young family as well. So, to be, I mean, it also feels bizarre to be talking about like having a baby, and now like Francesca's here, she's nearly a year old, we're planning a birthday party, all of that. Like the difference in that year alone, like sod the YouTube, like just in our personal lives between then and now is like crazy to think back on. Like what a phenomenal year. Completely transparent and accountable. This is where we're at now. This is my physique now, beginning of my journey. So we've had lockdown. I got into all right shape at the end of lockdown with a focus, knowing that there was going to be a photo shoot coming up. But this is where we're at. A little bit of body fat, a little bit of definition. I know probably Mac, you watch this and like, even things like the lighting, like the quality is, it just looks so, like I can tell at the time we thought, oh, this is really cool. But you can tell now that it's shot on an iPhone compared with like the quality of the stuff that we put out now is like night and day. And I'm really proud of the stuff we do now. Like Mac does an amazing job, and we are really fortunate. He can be a bit slack sometimes, but generally he's pretty good. Yeah, even little things like the edit of the workout is completely different from what we do now. It's quite standard, I would guess, but like from your side, like the editing techniques completely different, like the shots that we use, like, yeah, completely different. Even the end now is coming in like some dodgy documentary of like me finishing an exercise and then, hi, like just looks, it's a bit cringy to watch, to be honest.
So guys, that's it. The end of the first workout and the first workout of our 12-week transformation, getting photo shoot ready. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can follow the journey, and I'll see you all soon.
No like end sequence really, just like our logo and a picture. Like again with like the like and subscribe that we've got now, it's like yeah, completely different. Really nostalgic to watch back on that. Again, like a lot has changed in the last 12 months on so many levels. But like, as I say, I wanted to set this up as to have like a completely selfish like diary to look back on that time, and yeah, things progressing going forward. So like it's really good to have, and sort of quite rewarding to see how much we've improved, and again like what we hope to achieve in the next 12 months and going forward is pretty crazy. I mean, it's even weird, like if you scroll down to the description, I talk about myself in the third person. Like why did I do that? Like even in the bio it's like Prima Fitness owner Matt, like that's me. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? Crazy. I need to sort that out. I can edit that, that's good. Still 110 views to this date. 110 people have watched that video, even with that quality. I'm pretty proud of that, pretty proud. I think originally this was a bit of a sort of self-indulgent thing, as I've said before, and a diary for my progress, but it has, one, really pushed me outside my comfort zone. I think two, it's made me become probably a better coach, a better trainer. I've had to really make sure that I know what I'm talking about, and I look into things and research things before we film these videos. I have to get a bit more creative about it, but also how hopefully I come across and I explain things to people, I think I've got better at over the last year. And I think that's been a really important skill to learn, of how to sort of convey quite important messages that help people, but to do it in a really simple term so that people understand. And I hope that is coming across. I think that's benefited the YouTube videos. I think that's benefited my face-to-face coaching, my online coaching, just being able to explain these concepts and these protocols in a much more sort of layman's terms, I think has been really useful. And this channel has really made me actually work on sort of how I communicate those things and get the information that I know and the information that I have to research for this across to people. To do that in a sort of entertaining way, a creative way. Again, I really enjoy thinking about, you know, what we're going to film each week, about when Matt comes down, that I have some ideas for us to work with, that I block out time for this because it's really important. So I block time out of my schedule from seeing clients, from seeing my family, that I make sure that I do this YouTube content because it is really important to me. And it's become one of sort of my favorite parts of the week. So for anyone out there that's sort of thinking about it or wants to start a YouTube channel or thinks no one will care, no one will watch, I thought the same things. I wish I'd started this so much longer than a year ago, and that, you know, I'd started to get over some of that a lot earlier, because I found it really valuable in the skills that I've learned myself, and hopefully the information that I'm putting out to people. So I guess my final thank you goes out to you lot. Thanks so much for watching this channel, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. Honestly, I didn't expect this at all 12 months ago. I really do appreciate it. It makes a big difference to the channel as well. All your likes, all of your comments helps our algorithm, helps expand us so we can reach more people and help to educate them. Going forward, that's what I want to do, sort of reach as many people as I can, help inspire and motivate and help people lead a healthier lifestyle. Thanks for all the support. Continue to watch. Hope you find it entertaining, and I will see you on the next video.